We start today's episode with news from the board that they're happy with us for something. Great work. We've sold £9 million worth of shirts at Cambridge United. I don't think the club has ever seen £9 million worth of anything, let alone purely shirt sales in real life. So that's got the board more on side than weren't necessarily against me. A 78 manager rating. They want us to fight for promotion, which we are doing. Sign one crucial first team player to a forward position, which we haven't done, unfortunately. And they're the two high ones. So, annoyingly, they're the ones that we aren't doing. Just able to get that other one. Low expectations, both financially and domestic success-wise. But we've done what we need to do in the FA Cup. And we continue to do that today with the second game of the episode, which will be the quarter-final against Sheffield United. We then have Preston at home midweek after, of course, this first game against Bournemouth away from home, second placed Bournemouth, of course. Then, depending on what happens in the FA Cup game, I'll either sim Birmingham today or wait and play Birmingham, Fulham and Leeds tomorrow and then sim Luton tomorrow. It depends what happens with regards to the FA Cup quarter-final. If we win that and a semi-final is drawn still in March, then we'll just take it as it comes. But I don't know, as we'll get past Sheffield United. We'll have to wait and see. Some more growth from players. You can see Cantwell's up to 80. Schofield up to 73, although we are looking to move him on. Unfortunately, Kyle Noyle is out injured for 3 months now. That happened at the end of the last episode, which is quite frustrating, but sometimes you just have to deal with things like that. We've been lucky that we haven't had massive injuries this season. I don't want to go to the press conference because I don't want to get deafened. So let's go into the game away from home against Bournemouth and fingers crossed come away with something other than an absolute drubbing, as Bournemouth have been running away with that second place, as Watford have already run away with first place. They've slowed down of late, Bournemouth, though, so they could be not catchable, but beatable. Do drop the video a like if you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel too if you haven't already, with a notification bell ticked, of course. Let's go and see what can happen down on the south coast. Bournemouth, Callum Wilson up top for them still. The league's, I think, still current top goal scorer. Mark Travers in goal for Bournemouth ahead of Aaron Ramsdale. I'm not sure where Ramsdale is. I didn't glance him on the bench. Maybe they've sold him. I'm not sure. We'll wait and see. I could always have a look, couldn't I, later in the save. Maybe Aaron Ramsdale could be a keeper we could perhaps try and sign next season to replace Schofield, who you guys continue to believe isn't good enough for our team. And I'm pretty much on board with that as well. Todd Cantwell now playing against his former team. It was Bournemouth that we bought him from, and they weren't playing him, preferring Claude Maurice here on the left. So hopefully Todd Cantwell can prove that he was worth playing as far as Bournemouth were concerned and show them what they're now missing out on. Although they are going to get promoted and we might not. Oh, what a dream start it could be for Todd Cantwell, and it is his first goal for me since arriving at the club in a played game. We'll do the apology celebration. Sorry, Bournemouth fans, but that is what you're missing out on. Todd Cantwell makes it Cambridge 1, Bournemouth 0. Those travelling away fans that were in the back of shot there, absolutely thrilled. Oh, Maurice on the run, down the left. Back to Centelles, into Callum Wilson. Thought he was going to turn inside there. He didn't. He's played Claude Maurice in nicely, and I'm wary of him getting it back to Callum Wilson. Cano has defended that well enough. De La Cruz to deliver. Good cross. That's going to fall free. Someone's got to get there. That someone is Campos, and it's hacked away. Centelles will return it to the danger area, though. Claude Maurice to De La Cruz again. Back to Claude Maurice. Obvious option is, ooh, Callum Wilson, but he's going for the shot instead. And a good save by Schofield to deny Bournemouth an equaliser in this game. Another good delivery from a corner. Again, flicked away, this time by Adebayo. Jefferson Lerma down to Marusic. Back to Jefferson Lerma again. Into the box. Could line up for a shot. Has done, but well held by Schofield. Pretty sure we got hammered last time we played Bournemouth, didn't we? Again, I'll have to check that when we get back to the in-game menus. But for the time being, delighted to be 1-0 up here. Back to Ahizaway. Again, intercepted by Wilson. Not for a throw that Lerma will receive. And De La Cruz will try and create something here for Bournemouth into Isaac Hayden. Not traditionally known for his creativity, Isaac Hayden, but He might even have the opportunity to shoot here, or maybe feed Callum Wilson in, and Cano just outmuscles him. Look at the way Bournemouth squeezed me there. Rushed me into a poor pass. Thankfully, we've been able to get the ball away. Oh, he says, as he then kicks it straight against another Bournemouth man. Callum Wilson into De La Cruz. Oh, sharp turn. Wilson, good save. Bournemouth all over me here since we've scored our goal to go 1-0 up. De La Cruz will find Claude Maurice. He's been difficult to play against. Cantwell trying to battle against his teammate, or former teammate even, and will force another corner, which again they're going to take short. Claude Maurice back nicely to Isaac Hayden. Claude Maurice again. Hopefully we can hold them out till at least, well, hopefully we can hold them out till at least full time, let alone half time. But let's do it one milestone at a time, shall we? Jefferson Lerma into Isaac Hayden again. Out wide here to Kingsley Ehizabwe again. Bournemouth continue to have a lot of possession, but continue to not find a way through. 2 shots they've had on target, as you can see from the stats top left. 35% possession only for us. That has to be a foul and will be given as such. We will survive until half time. Cantwell forward to Rolls. Spins really well, actually, and Isaac Hayden couldn't deal with that. Into Okereke. Oh, I was trying to get a little bit of footwork away then. It wouldn't quite work. Couldn't outmuscle Brian Lenihan well enough. Now they come forward. Hayden. Oh, this is good from Bournemouth. Jefferson Lerma has options out wide. Callum Wilson will use that option in Marusic. We've got West Brom next in the FA Cup. Bournemouth, as they too are still in the hunt for the chance to go to Wembley in a semi-final. We have to brush past Sheffield United if we want to find ourselves with the opportunity to go back to Wembley for something that isn't a playoff final. Cantwell does well there. Rolls back to Todd. The current... Oh, he won the ball, did he? All right, then. Current only goal scorer in the game is what I was going to say. Towards the hour mark, though, Kingsley Ehizabwe could have something to say about that with a cross. Really sharp turn. Marusic could deliver inside to Jefferson Lerma. Going to have to bring across Bissouma. Deals with it. Oh, well enough. Oh, but losing out in possession. Striped well over the top of the bar from Isaac Hayden. Well, I probably should have had a foul, and then they probably should have had a penalty. Thankfully, the referee at least is consistent with his lack of ability to give fouls. Otherwise, Bournemouth would almost certainly have had an equaliser there, although, of course, the last penalty taken against us was missed by Middlesbrough. In yesterday's episode, Okereke could send Rolls through to make it 2-0, which we have duly done. His 12th goal of the league season, Jack Rolls. We lead by 2 goals to 0 against a side that are going to get promoted, and hopefully we'll join them in the Premier League next year. Centelles down the left for Bournemouth. Early delivery, it's good. Lerma chests that down. That was very well done. Surridge has come on here for Callum Wilson. It was a brave decision from the manager to take the league's top goal scorer off and bring someone else on to replace him, but that's worked very well. Lerma gets off the back of the defender and then just chests that down. Brilliant movement by Surridge, who's not been on the pitch long, but he's thumped that into the back of the net. And Bournemouth are back in the game. There's only 19 minutes to go, but plenty of time for either side to score another goal. Bissouma. Okereke. Or we could be scoring that other goal now if it weren't for the good save of Travers. Corner to come in from Campos. We win that with Wilson maybe. No, it's flicked away and again, and much better that time. De La Cruz trying to turn Cantwell, but out-muscling him nicely. Rock. Cano through that gap to Rolls. Adebiejo is here off the... short pass from Okereke, but it's not to be. And it might still be a Bournemouth counter-attack. I want to commit too far forward with Rock there. 10 minutes to go. As ever, a very difficult game against Bournemouth. But so far, we're able to hold on to this lead. He says, as... Oh, Schofield makes a very important save. The angle just closed too much on him there. Marusic has gone off. I'm not sure who they've brought on for him. It's Gaffaro. I don't know who Gaffaro is, to be honest. Not heard that name before. Clearance away from Wilson, only as far as Jefferson Lerma. Claude Maurice with a turn. De La Cruz. Pro Rock will close him down. Centelles again. Oh, what a whip away by Cano. And provided we can just hold on to the ball now, he says this gives it away, we should be able to see the game out. Surridge around the corner to De La Cruz. Lovely little back heel. Surridge to Isaac Hayden. Surridge again. Lerma. Oh, really up against it here. De La Cruz trying to stop them from playing the ball through there. Still could find a teammate. Still could go for goal. Finds Surridge. Back to De La Cruz. Oh, and a little bit too much. A little bit too much. Bissouma. Oh, can't get rid of it. Good block by Cano. Corner for Bournemouth. My God, this is tense. Get rid of it, lads. Not sure who it was they brought on there. Danuma Grunewald on for Claude Maurice. Apparently, the only players allowed to play on the left-hand side for them have double-barrelled names. That's why Todd Cantwell was sold, evidently. Jefferson Lerma could cross right at the death. The referee has blown his final whistle. We will get the win by the skin of our teeth. Having to rely on the keeper there to make a couple of important saves for me. Oh, big 3 points, though, in a game that Bournemouth certainly were the better side in. Well, up next for us, a quarter-final in the FA Cup against Sheffield United. Sheffield United's lineup then, not as strong as it could be, you would say. Ollie McBurney up top. It's a 4-4... No, it's not. It's a 5-3-2. Norwood, Lundstrom and Berger in the midfield. Sander Berger's a good player, obviously. Strange to see Norwood in the midfield. Or am I thinking... I'm thinking of James Norwood, that's the striker, isn't it? Oliver Norwood is the midfielder. Regardless, they said in the build-up that he's contemplating retiring, Oliver Norwood, at 32 years of age, which would be a surprise. We're playing here with the same team that played against Chelsea. I couldn't really select the other team, couldn't I? After they brushed off Premier League Chelsea, they had to be given the opportunity to try and get us to the semis, this 11. And it does mean, with the game against Preston coming midweek after this, that we can then continue to play our full-strength side in the league to ensure that we firm up in those playoff places. That win against Bournemouth will certainly go a long way to helping us do that. Schofield having to punch behind here and away from home at Bramall Lane. The first corner of the game goes to Sheffield United. Oliver Norwood to deliver it and whipped well. Headed behind by Nibs, I think. No, it was Ollie McBurney. It's a goal kick for us. Sweeney forward to Clark, and on the counter, Abadir is there. We'll go back to Nibs, and then hopefully around the corner to Abadir again, which has worked beautifully, and you don't catch him once he's gone, and he is gone, and we do lead. Cambridge 1, Sheffield United 0. Abadir again in the FA Cup, giving us the advantage. Back to Ben Osborne, down the line to McBurney again. Lovely whip. Tate can't get rid of it. Palomino can't get rid of it either, and Schofield has to make the save. I had a look at Bozuk. Umat Bozuk is his name. Starts at 71 rated, potential of 76. So I'm not expecting him to be too incredible in this game. That's going to be another corner. Although he does start with like 80 acceleration and 79 or 78 sprint speed. So he could be quite quick, could have grown quite well physically by this point in the save. So we will have to keep an eye on him. But of the two that they were talking about earlier, it's evidently Abadir that's made the first impact with his goal to give us a 1-0 lead. Sander Berger finds that clearance fall to him though. Sweeney tried to just drop the shoulder on the defender as he closed me down. It very nearly worked. Tate across into Palomino. Nibs go for a 1-2. Harvey maybe. Thought about it, but he didn't make the move quickly enough, unfortunately. Means that we haven't been able to find him. Ollie Norwood through the gap there to Bozuk. Lunge. I tried to do a slide tackle there with Wright, and he refused to do it. Nibs. A bit of good footwork. Good interception by Sander Berger, a player we haven't used this year on FIFA 20, despite the fact that he's one of the best potential centre mids. Did we use him last year? I can't recall if I used him last year either on FIFA 19 when he was highly rated. We get rid of that. No, good save and away please by Palomino. Jesus Christ, Sheffield United are battering me here, but they haven't found a way through yet. I say yet because I feel like it is coming. John Lundstrom to try and still look for a, what an awful pass. Look for a goal back for Sheffield United before half-time. Norwood into Bozuk. To McBurney, looking for Bozuk again and held by Schofield. Take our time now. We will see this lead out till half-time. O'Connell, Lundstrom, Palomino steps in but tackled quickly by Sander Berger. Norwood, they've the option out wide right if they need it. Clark should be able to close him down if possible or if needed, but not needed, thankfully. And Palomino's fed in here. Nibs is with me. Abadir is there too. We could still use Clark going the other way now. Nibs is still there in a good position. Supporters arriving. Here's Tate. Palomino, who's left-footed, so I could have shot there, but he didn't actually get to the ball to have the shot. Humphreys wins that header as well. Right, despite stretching, all 6'6" of him couldn't get there. Stephen Humphreys could help turn this tie around for Sheffield United. Towards Baldock, blocked by Sweeney. Keep that in play, please. Well done. We'll just get the ball across here and keep it... Oh, well, keep it safe was the intention. Not very well done at all. We won't make any changes, I don't think, for now. I think that was Ollie Norwood coming off. It was Ravel Morrison coming on in his place. Lundstrom receives the throw. Here is Ravel Morrison quickly round the corner, and Schofield gets to that first, and he had to. 6 minutes to go. 5 now. O'Connell lofting it forward, but loose. Evans does nicely to knock that to Palomino. I'd love a second in the final few moments just to shut Sheffield United up, because it has been relentless all game long. Pretty much since we scored the goal to go 1-0 up, I've done nothing but defend. Nod that home. Oh, use your head so we can pick it up, please. Jeeps. Sweeney down the line. Right, hold on to possession now. With how long left in the game, ref? Just 2 minutes. We should be through now to the FA Cup semi-final to play at Wembley again. Been there a lot more regularly than any lower league side tends to be in their careers these first 5 seasons, but we've been able to get there again. It's via the FA Cup semi-final on this occasion. It'll hopefully be via a playoff final later in the season as well. My only shot of the entire game. I feel a bit awkward there. Bournemouth beat West Brom, so another Championship side into the semi-finals in the place of a Premier League team. Brighton win 3-0 against Scunthorpe, and it's Manchester City against Liverpool for the final semi-final place. Let's head now to the game against Preston and get 3 points in the league again. Right, Preston's team. Connor Ripley in goal. Alan Brown again. Oh, I nearly got done then. Number 37, Andres Iniestra. With an extra R. Andres Iniestra in their centre mid. I thought for a moment, I really genuinely thought for a moment that Andres Iniesta was playing for bloody Preston. Andres Iniestra. That's a troll, isn't it? Playing in the midfield for Preston. He's actually a real player. I genuinely didn't know that. Are you any good? Let me click Iniestra. Andres Iniestra. Oh, I typed it wrong. Andres Iniestra, 69 rated centre mid, plays for UNAM in Mexico. Potential of 76, so could have grown a little bit by now in the 5th season. Fair play. If you're going to be very close in sharing a name with one of the best to have ever played, then you're certainly going to have to try and live up to that with your actual ability. Fair play to him for actually becoming a professional footballer at the very least. Sharing a name so similar to Iniesta. Rolls thrown to the ground. We'll see if he can live up in terms of actual performance in this game as well, although I certainly hope not. If he is as good as Iniesta in this game, or plays at least to the ability of Iniesta, then we'll be right up against it with that creativity in midfield. It was his defensive skills that were on hand there to intercept that, and Dinelli's in behind, into the middle. Simpson with a header, but saved by Schofield. Brown, waiting for him to go out wide. He's going to turn and come back central, but Collins intercepts it nicely. Oh, there we go. Nicely done. Oh, and please stay onside, Okoreka. You've got the pace to get there ahead of the defender. And surely should have been 1-0. But a brilliant save. I tried to place it. I actually finessed that and just getting fingertips to it. But big deflection on it. Win that header, please. Oh, he did. And powerfully too, but wide of the target. It's nice to be playing at home again for the first time in a while. Away to Sheffield United. Away to Sheffield United. Away to Bournemouth. Away to Chelsea towards the end of yesterday's episode. Rolls. Adebiejo. Okay, Reike. I'm going to need some support again. Adebiejo's there, and surely this time we do finally take the lead. Oh, that was harder work than we should have made it, shouldn't we? What? Oh, I can't bloody talk. 1-0 Cambridge. Story floats the free kick forward. Missed by Bissouma, and Simpson flicks that to Barkhausen, who's gotten past me. And he's in the box in a dangerous position, and he's still working it well. Oh, no way is that squeezed in from there. I tried to block the pass to the man back, because I thought even with FIFA 20 near post OP, he surely can't squeeze it in from there. I've got something in my bloody eye. So I tried to block the pass back to the number 27 there with Cano, and somehow that's squeezed in. That is the type, like, he should never score from there. That's not Schofield, that's the game engine. Yuck. Here's Brown. He's got plenty of options, and it's that one inside that I'm worried about. Bissouma stands there and makes sure that they don't get the ball forward to him. Quickly to BH. I'd love to go 2-1 up before half-time if we can. Cantwell will look for rolls here. And Wilson, the left-back, is the man that's arriving in support in the middle to take it around the keeper and not score. Oh, it just didn't have the agility and balance there. I had to hurdle over the keeper, and that's what stopped him from being able to tuck it home. If he had been able to just keep his feet and not have to avoid the outrushing goalkeeper and just turned, then surely that's 2-1 before the break. Oh, that would have been a hell of a goal for the left-back to score as well. Unfortunately, it's just 1-1 at half-time. Step in with Cano. Nicely done. Was worried about giving away a foul there, but thankfully we just able to sneak the ball away without fouling the man. I'm actually going to go all the way out wide to Campos first. Okereke's just drifted offside, but he is back the right side of the defensive line now. Campos to Wilson. He didn't get his goal in the first half. He's not going to get his goal in the second half either. We're finishing like that. Much easier to try and get that one on target, but I think the word is shank. That has flown. Oh, embarrassingly far wide for the left back. Try and use that acceleration to get away. He's not the fastest once he's gotten going. Oh, surely this has to be two. Okereke always drives well offside, and it's so frustrating, but we're going to get a second here. We're back in front. It was the obvious thing to do. I'm sorry, Preston, but I need these 3 points to ensure that we finish inside the playoff spots. Oh, Okereke with another. That's, I think he's 17th in the league season. He's 15th in the championship so far this year. Another assist for Jack Rolls. So his goal contribution count rises and rises this year. Half an hour to go between us and another set of 3 points. Brown, nicely done by Bissouma. That's very good. His first team spot is probably going to go to Oliver Skipp when he joins us in the summer, and Bissouma will find himself dropped to the rotation 11 as we look to strengthen that team with a higher rated player, and obviously still strengthen the first team with Ollie Skipp. Not quite as high rated, but should be slightly better defensively, or at least has the potential to grow a lot higher than Bissouma. He might have grown more by the time he signs, actually, Ollie Skipp. He's 75, or was 75 when we agreed the deal. We'll see what rating is when he joins us next year. Oh, that was poor from Adebayo. I tried to play that pass on the turn and it didn't quite work. Lewis Ferguson into Simpson, but he's rushed his shot just as I rushed my pass. And with 18 minutes to go, we still look relatively comfortable with this 2-1 lead. But we can't take anything for granted. We've worked that away nicely. Adebayo rides the challenge, comes away with the ball too. Looking inside for Campos. He'll look for Okereke, and this should be game over. Oh, but will it though? We'll go for near post OP. It's going to work beautifully for us. 3-1. It is game over. All 3 points, please. Fisher inside to Ferguson. Iniestra. Oh, that's a hell of a delivery. That cross was outrageous. That was very, very nearly 2 or 3-2 even, and Preston would have given us a very nervy final few moments. Oh, and the man, unfortunately for them in the middle there, has had to pull up injured, and that might cost them everything here. Cantwell, I'll try and whip it from the edge. If we were desperate for a goal, then I would have probably taken that a little bit slower, calmer, and not tried to score a worldie. But with a 3-1 lead with seconds remaining, I felt comfortable enough to try and score a worldie fourth. It wasn't to be, but Adebayo's on the floor now. He's not injured. He's just been fouled. But the referee has blown the final whistle, and we will get a 3-1 win at home against Preston. Pleased with that. Deserved the victory, but it wasn't easy. And let's have a look. Anyone else around us? Didn't. Oh, bloody press conferences are so bloody loud. It's like they're not actually attributed to any of the audio stats, which is very, very strange. Because you change all of the audio settings.
Thank you so much.
But this is still so loud. Really, really peculiar. That's where we'll end today's episode, though, with those 3 games played and done. The next round of the FA Cup has been drawn, but it's been drawn in April. Influential performance from Okereke is what we'll say. It's been drawn in April. So tomorrow will be Birmingham, Fulham, Leeds and Luton. And then the episode after that, Barnsley, Queen's Park Rangers, Bournemouth and Hull. And then depending on what the remainder or what the season looks like at the end of April, I might sim Watford and Forest in the season finale to end the league season, because hopefully by that point we'll certainly have assured our place in the playoffs. We have a game in hand and are 11 points clear of Stoke and or Leeds. But Leeds have a game in hand, and if they win that, then, or if they lose that, then they stay on 59 level with Stoke. So we're 11 points clear basically, because even if Leeds leapfrog Stoke, then they'll be in 7th and they'll be on 59 points. So 11 points the advantage with a game in hand. Is that the season? What is there? 8 games to go, 24 points available. Yep. Watford promoted. Not champions yet, but promoted. And Bournemouth very nearly there too. 10 points to get now. We have closed it, but despite some of the remarkable runs we've had at the end of seasons, it's not going to be enough to see us get automatic promotion this year. Despite beating Bournemouth today, we will have to settle for 3rd at best. But hopefully it will be 3rd. 3rd or 4th, because there's an 8-point gap with a game in hand to Bristol City. But we'll wait and see how tomorrow's episode goes, and then we'll just take it from there. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content, and I'll see you tomorrow.